Hello guys, mabuhay.
Kamusta?
Today we're going to talk about something that, well, we have a little bit of experience now, and that is moving here in the Philippines. Not only that, we actually have a little episode that's going to happen right after this talk where we talk about moving from province to province, leaving the different islands, because there's 7,000 islands here in the Philippines, and it's not like when we were in Canada and we wanted to move.
It's not like a big chunk of land that you can just drive. It
Yeah.
might be a long drive, but it is just a drive.
Exactly.
You have to think about the boats as well.
And for those that are watching from the Philippines, hello. And yeah, in Canada, we just go and rent a U-Haul for, say, $60 a day. And you drive it, you bring it over to your house, you put your boxes in it, you drive it. It doesn't matter if you're going from one end of the country to the other. It could be 3,000 kilometers. You just drive it there, and then you unpack everything and drive the vehicle back to a compound that they have in that hometown and just leave the keys. It is that easy. Or you hire a mover and just have them do it the whole way, but they don't have to worry about boats or anything like that.
No,
they just drive.
Way less logistics. It's just a lot more time, maybe, depending on where.
And our first time a real moving, because we didn't really have much stuff in the beginning, we just had 4 suitcases, but it was when we went from Boracay to here in Iloilo.
Yeah.
And how was that?
That was so chaotic. That was because we didn't even have proper like moving boxes, like cardboard. We basically just got reusable boxes off of Lazada, and we're like, all right, let's just shove everything in there and kind of do the best we can, because we had to go off of one like small ferry, which is also like a tourist ferry.
Before that, we had to load up a couple e-trikes.
Yeah, there was a lot. So there's not like a moving van that we had. It was whatever was on Boracay, onto the boat, onto Iloilo. Once we got onto Iloilo, it was much easier because we just had the one 16-seater van, and then go.
Yes.
But before that was.
But before that, yeah, and just imagine, we're talking about the ferry boat that the passengers take. So all the passengers get on, and then we have to sit there while everybody stares at us funny because they use porters, and they're just bringing one item at a time and piling it up inside on top of the boat, like where the passengers are, and in the hallways and everything. And everybody's like, "You're the reason why we're sitting here."
But the thing is, before we planned everything and we hired people to move for us, and so we figured that they had their own boat.
Yeah.
We figured they would have their own like type of thing if they're a moving company.
Right, exactly.
It was much more chaotic.
So much.
You basically could have done it yourself if you had enough.
Yeah, exactly.
friends.
And you could have saved, I think we paid about, they told us 6 or 7, but it cost us 14,000 pesos.
Yeah. It was so weird because it said it was going to be all included, and then nothing was included.
And here you don't have moving boxes as a whole. There may be some place somewhere that we're not aware of, but yeah, moving boxes just isn't a thing here. Not like we're back home. You can go to U-Haul or anybody, and they just have all the different sizes. They have the ones with the hangers, like the coat hanger.
Yeah, they have
put your clothes in.
Cardboard boxes that are perfect for moving.
Yeah.
And then you can even flatten them and give them back for you get a little money back if they're not broken.
Yeah.
So
and you
really
can buy
nice.
used ones, save even more money.
And so they have a good system there, which we definitely took for granted because the system
it's not here.
is not. I mean, it might be in Manila.
There
it might
be
in the bigger cities, or bigger province. But yeah, not here.
No,
not that
here.
we've seen.
So in our experience then moving just from Monte Rosa over to this new subdivision was a lot better, but that was thanks to a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Again, no moving trucks. There's no 2 guys in a truck and you see them all the time on a highway with a phone number and you can hire them and they'll help you move.
No,
that's just not a thing.
Yeah, you have to kind of find a private truck to hire if you want to move.
Yeah.
I know cross province they have to go, right?
Yeah, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Yeah.
But from city to city, it's I feel like
it's like improvisation. Go on Facebook Marketplace if you don't have any friends.
Somebody.
Yeah. But our friend April, she had staff that worked for her, and she had a truck. So she made our life so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we were very, very lucky because we had a lot more stuff this time. But then that got me thinking, well, anybody who would be watching this might be interested in, well, what happens if you are in Iloilo City and you want to move to Manila? You want to move to Baguio, you want to move to Cebu, those kind of places.
Yeah.
And for that, well, we had to go to a place down at the port and have a discussion with them on what is the process. And you know what? It was easier than I thought. So here we go. I'm down here at the port where we took the to-go ferry to Manila. And they have a lot of different services here and stuff like that, but I'm trying to find the specific person that can answer all the questions when it comes to moving here in the Philippines using to-go. So hopefully I can find him. I'm told go in front of the canteen. All right, I made it to the container yard, and now we're gonna go in and find out all the details of what it costs to move here in the Philippines. Thank you. This is Janice. Nice to meet you, Janice. Thank you very much. At To Go Freight. Now, you don't show up like I did. You don't show up at the port where you catch the ferry. You gotta come to the freight yard, which is also called the rail yard, I believe. The container yard. Container yard. So this is where you go to get the pricing. Do not go to the other one and waste your time like I did. All right, so let's get you some details. Okay, so Janice has explained here that a container, it's going to depend obviously on the final destination. If you want that pickup from your home to be delivered to your new home, well, obviously the address is going to matter. So we just use some ballpark type figures. We picked like Savannah, the community here that has a lot of expats living in it. And he said a container, it'll be 20 feet, by the way, and the reason is because when you're driving around some of the Filipino roads, they can't all handle a 40-foot long trailer, and so you use 20-footers if you're doing moving. And a 20-footer is going to cost you from Iloilo, from like the Savannah area, to go all the way to Manila would be 56,000 pesos. It's give or take, and once again, that's approximate. And that is plus 12% VAT tax. If you were just here going to Bacolod, which is a lot closer, Bacolod. I always say it wrong. Bacolod, Bacolod, Bacolod.
Bacolod.
See? I always get it wrong. And that would be about 36,000 pesos in order to move that. And Cagayan,
Cagayan.
Cagayan. There we go. Iloilo to Cagayan. That is going to be 47,000 approximately pesos. That's door-to-door service in order to do that. Now, if you're in Manila, you're going to have different destinations if you were going to move to other areas, and that's how you're going to get to a lot more locations. But from here in Iloilo, you only can go where the ferry is going to take you. If you do have another destination that isn't available here, don't worry. What it'll do is it'll go on the ferry up to Manila, then from that Manila ferry to the next destination, as long as to go goes to those locations. So that is a good way for you to move here in the country. Insurance-wise, it includes 1 million pesos. So for the contents that are in there, that price already is included. But if you have, very valuable stuff going inside this container, it's 3 pesos per every 1,000 pesos of value, plus VAT also on that. So there you go. That's all you really need to know when it comes to the pricing. As for delivery, our friend here has told me that you should book about 5 days prior to the ship sailing in order to not have any delays on your travel. Then you need about 2 days, because most of the ships, like for example, we took the one here from Iloilo up to Manila, and it was a 24-hour approximately boat ride. And so same with your product, it's going to take that long. And then you should allow 1 more day, because they're going to arrive here in a container yard after leaving the ship, then be swapped over, and then be delivered to your site. So you should allow 1 day for logistics in order to make it to you. So not bad though, not bad. So 7 days before you move, you could technically book this whole thing and it'll already be delivered in that 7 days. So pretty great, and actually better than anything I ever imagined. In a country with 7,000 islands, you need an option like this. Thank you very much for all your help. This was great.
Thank you.
And so easy to deal with these guys. They're so amazing here. You can say hello too. See?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Here is what the container yard looks like. As you can see, there's quite a few here. But there you go. There's a 20-footer right there on the truck. And that's it. Like, it's really not that complicated. I assume they're padlocked when they are full of their product in there.
Yes.
Is it your own padlock or is it the government or yours?
It's ours.
Okay.
Container seal, as you call it.
Right, yeah, because the government needs to inspect it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Coast Guard or whatever, so they can't put their own padlock on it.
Yeah.
All right. But do you have any history of anything going missing? Like theft or anything?
Not really.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And you don't want to move during typhoon season. That's how you're going to get delays, because the ships will have to go find safe harbor somewhere else, and they're not going to make it. But that's it. It's so easy and so simple. I don't mind it at all. If I'm going to move to Luzon, this is where I'm going. We might have to do that one day, and we might have to get a big container dropped off here and load it up. You get the whole day to load it, by the way, which is
That's
absolutely
nice.
incredible,
That's cool.
right? He's like, yeah, no problem. Next day, whatever, that's all works out fine. And the fact that you just drop it at your other door and you get a whole day to unload it. So it's actually really reasonable, especially when you consider what goes into that. And for that price, you do the math, you know, that's about 5 times what we paid to take the first class stateroom on the ferry as passengers. So to move all of your house, a 20-foot container with all your stuff in it,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty good. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got something out of it. And we'll see you guys all very, very soon. Lots of things coming up.
Bye.